we into, bud?
Barbacoa sauce for our barbacoa nachos. Guajillos, anchos, and moritas.
You can definitely smell those chiles toasting up.
Oh, yeah. Throw our cinnamon in, oregano, peppercorns, cloves, salt, yellow onion, garlic in there, tomatoes, add some water, simmer this for about 30 minutes, puree it, and then we're gonna rub it right on our barbacoa.
Oh. Right onto the barbacoa.
Yep, I will remove the cinnamon sticks.
That's why I was asking.
We have our brisket. We wrapped it in our banana leaves. So we're gonna dump this whole thing on there. So we'll go plastic and steam it on the stovetop for about 3 hours.
Then we're gonna transfer to the oven?
For about 2 more hours.
What else goes on the nachos?
We're gonna make our house cheese sauce.
Okay.
Charred poblanos.
Okay.
Fried garlic as well. Heavy cream. Let that heat up a little bit, and then we'll add our American cheese.
Makes it nice and creamy.
Salt and pepper.
Let this simmer down now, then hit it with the immersion blender, and we're finished.
Yep. So we got our braised barbacoa.
Nicely done.
Shred it up. It's very hot.
I can't figure out why it's hot.
We're gonna start with our tortilla chips.
We frying these?
We do.
Nice.
They're good, man.
We do our pico first.
I like how you have the strainer in there to get some of the liquid out.
The old feta cheese.
Greek Mexican.
I've never seen it. On nachos.
Our barbacoa, mashed avocado, sour cream, cheese sauce.
Dude, why does this volume turn up?
Cheese sauce! So we actually serve the cheese sauce on the side.
You get to be your own
It's more
boss.
shareable.
And a little cilantro?
Yep.
I'm very decisive of where I'm going in.
You gotta get the right chip.
I like being my own boss here. Delicious.
Feta balance it out.
You try to believe it.
It's a tangy queso fresca. It's that same crumbly, dry cheese.
That is good amount of saltiness on there.
The barbacoa is spot on. It's delicious. The cheese sauce doesn't compete.
And then it's not just hitting the top of the nachos. You can kind of build it how you want.
Dynamite plate of nachos.
Yeah.
Middle name is chicken and biscuits.
All right. We're gonna actually marinate our chicken tenders. Put our eggs in, some buttermilk as well.
And hot sauce.
Yep. Whisk this all together. Throw in our chicken tenders.
How long we letting this marinate, Chef?
Overnight.
And what are we dredging this in?
Low protein flour, all-purpose flour, cornstarch, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, black pepper, kosher salt. Once we drop the chicken in the dredge,
This will get deep fried.
at 350 for about 6 minutes.
Got it.
We're gonna make sausage gravy. Raw breakfast sausage in there. So once that's browned off, take the pork out, and then we're gonna start making our roux. Some butter, low protein flour.
There's the roux.
We'll add our meat in. We'll add our milk, heavy cream, onion powder, garlic powder, kosher salt, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce,
An extra R on there.
hot sauce. And then
Okay.
once that gets thickened up, we'll put it on the line for service. We're gonna make our cheddar drop biscuits.
Okay.
Start with all-purpose flour, some kosher salt, baking soda, baking powder, finely shredded cheddar cheese. So we've got some pre-shredded frozen butter.
That gives you your flakiness.
Some buttermilk.
Once you work this in here,
Scoot these
you drop them.
right into the oven. 400, and then it'll drop down to about 220 and steam.
More than them fancy ovens.
So we're gonna make some hot honey. A little bit of Fresnos, jalapeno peppers.
Okay.
Once these get a little bit toasted on them, add our wildflower honey. Bring that up to a simmer. It takes about 25 minutes, and then we'll strain it off.
And we're good to go for the hot honey.
Let's plate this chicken and biscuits. Pull these out of our cheese melter. Warm gravy.
I think this and a couple bourbons, I'm asleep in the booth.
Easily.
Toss our chicken and a little bit of house spice blend.
I've seen a lot of chicken and biscuits, never where the chicken outdoes the biscuit.
Hot honey we just made, chives, and some flake salt.
You know, hey, come on, I got a good bite here.
The drop biscuit is dynamite, really nice and flaky. The gravy, I could be entombed with that.
The hot honey.
The hot honey's hot. I don't know if it's the hot honey, actually, Hunter, that's as hot as
The
the...
seasoning.
Is this what you expected chicken
No.
and biscuits in Columbus to taste like?
No, that's a lot, bro.
It is.
Everything is mindfully made.
I mean, you said it was elevated bar food, and that is elevated.
Yeah, well done, man.
Thank you very
You're
much.
the real deal.
Delicious.
So I'm here on the snowy east side of Indianapolis, about 15 minutes from downtown, to check out a mom and pop joint. Oh yeah, this has got a great story. Let's see, she was in HR. He was selling radio, and while he was doing that, he was going to night school for culinary. Well, they took a bunch of family recipes, put it all together. Hope you like soul food. This is his place.
Grandma Minnie Sue's chicken and dumplings in the window.
The chicken and dumplings, it's truly comfort food.
Reminds me of something my mother would make.
All right, what are we into?
Minnie Sue's chicken and dumplings. We're
Let's
going to
go.
start with the broth. Skinless chicken thighs, celery.
This is how Minnie Sue did it.
Yeah, I had to take it back to her 8 times before I got it right.
Really?
Yes. Celery salt, chicken base, bunch of water. 2.5 hours to cook that. Strain it, pull the chicken.
Got it. Next up,
Now we're going to make the soup base. Butter, a lot of flour, broth,
the initial broth that came from the chicken thighs.
chicken base, celery salt, garlic powder, onion powder, some milk in there.
This is gonna cook down, come together.
We're gonna strain this to make sure it's smooth, and they'll be ready for our chicken and dumplings.
Make it happen, Captain.
So now we're gonna make some dumplings. Flour, salt, eggs, shortening.
And a little water.
Mix by hand. Take a portion of this, knead it a couple times on the board. We're gonna roll these pretty thin, cut our dough. Now we have that broth that we made earlier.
He's my brother.
Chicken base, black pepper.
Wow, all that, huh?
Gonna give it a nice punch. Soup base, celery,
No onions and no carrots?
no onions, no carrots.
Huh. It's Minnie Sue's recipe.
Now we're gonna bring this to a boil. Drop the dumplings one by one, and you have to drop it into a boiling spot.
This is how this whole thing works.
This is how this works. I guess we could do it.
Oh, look at you, breaking the rules.
Cook these until the dumplings start to drop. Kill the heat, add in the shredded chicken. Comes with two sides.
Which is?
Whatever side you like.
What do you got?
We got collard greens, we got bourbon cream corn, we got candied yams, we have green beans, we have dressing, mashed potatoes, we got coleslaw.
All on the same day?
All on the same day.
You prep that every day?
Every day.
This is a big kitchen.
You think this is big?
This is huge.
Oh, we think this is tiny.
Oh, brother, listen, you got yourself a jetliner
All right.
on its way to Flavortown. I can tell. Look at this, though.
Yep.
I'll have the cabbage,
All right.
mac and cheese. And this is how it comes.
That's how it comes.
Is this a normal spoon?
Yes.
What is it, diet spoon?
We want you to savor it.
Well, you're not gonna miss there's chicken in there. And that is a lot of dumpling. That's a cross between a pasta dish, chicken gravy, and chicken and dumplings.
All right.
Talk about comfort food on a snowy day like today. If I was at Minnie Sue's house and that's what she served me, I'd be sitting on that back porch like a cat, just begging.
This is something that I came up with. We're gonna start with some seasoned salt, lemon pepper,
Celery salt,
garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, MSG.
there you go. All right, so the turkey wings are gonna get seasoned, get smoked.
3 hours, 250 degrees, hickory wood.
Then they're gonna go with the collard greens.
All right, so first we're gonna start with our seasoning, chicken base, oil, MSG, garlic powder, diced onions, vinegar, red pepper flakes, sugar, liquid smoke. We'll mix this up into like a paste.
What's in here?
That's blanched collard greens.
Now, what happened if Blanche isn't working?
Then we go with Blair, but it doesn't turn out the same.
All right, that all gets poured in and mixed into these.
Smoked turkey wing, water. 500 degrees for an hour. Take them out and mix them up real good. We're gonna
Right.
add more water into it and cook
Okay.
it for another hour.
Got it. Next up,
So the bourbon cream corn, we take butter, red peppers, red onions, garlic. We're gonna
Got it.
saute that off. Roasted corn, flour with salt and pepper, heavy cream, and then we're gonna add some bourbon. We're just gonna
Got
let
it.
it steam off. Finish it with some Parmesan cheese and green onions.
like the way you roll.
Now we're gonna do the collard green grilled cheese.
It's my middle name, you know that. Yours is Earl, mine's collard green grilled cheese.
Butter the bread, provolone cheese, let it melt. Heat up our collard greens and our tomatoes. Our goal is just to get as much liquid out of the greens as possible.
So it's not soggy.
Exactly. Plate it up with some of our bourbon cream corn.
That's all she wrote. Yeah, if you don't get that extra moisture out of there, this thing will turn into a sog.
That's right.
Oh, great greens, really nice and tender. Double provolone's the key.
Yep.
That big Texas toast. The bourbon in the corn is what makes that sing. Got good snap to it. All that flavor from the collard greens. Delicious. Never seen that one before.
Collard green grilled cheese sandwich with sides.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, make sure you subscribe to Food Network UK where you can see loads more shows and loads of different recipes.